my God, Miley Cyrus. Oh God. Is she here? She's probably here somewhere.
I think so much of this movie is the atmosphere of the cast.
I mean, this is the coolest thing I've ever done. Every day, like, I have a big smile on my face, and everybody kind of messes with me for it.
Generally, it's like I'm one of the youngest guys on the set, and here there's a bunch of teenagers, so I actually feel old, you know?
On one hand, we're dealing with professional actors, and on the other, I'm looking at them as I do my own kids.
It was amazing. I had such a good time with the cast. They sometimes make fun of me because I'm super spiritual. I'm always the one in the corner being like, everything's gonna be good. We gotta make it through this day. I know we're in the rain. It's 5:40 a.m., but it's all gonna be good.
Working with Miley Cyrus has been really great. I think that's one of the first questions that any of my friends ask me, not like, how's working on the movie? They're like, how's Miley?
She's been amazing. She's like a bundle of energy. She's a huge amount of fun.
She's always really set a great example for everybody else about work ethic. She's the first one there, she's ready to go, she's super professional and takes her craft very seriously.
She has this kind of wisdom about her because I think she does have so much experience in this industry under her belt.
I'm a big believer in do unto others as you want done to you. So I always try to put out that professionalism and always be there and be a friend, and they've definitely done the same in return, which is great when you walk away not just with a cast, but with a family.
We had a scene where I kind of like call her a skank, and she gets mad and she beats me up. And I mean, it was literally like, at first, like, I'm like, okay, like, how are we gonna do this scene? Like, I wonder, and she totally, I mean, I think I might have a couple bruises still left over from me.
Lisa really knew what she was doing when she was putting this cast together, and we all work very well off each other.
We're all hanging out. Like, the most important thing I think about the movie is the chemistry between us.
For many of them, it's among their first film. They bring a passion and an excitement and an unjaded quality to filmmaking that makes it always fun to be around.
Sometimes people cast older people to play younger people, but in this movie we kind of have the younger people playing the younger people, so the chemistry is actually there, and like the comedy and like the relativity is kind of like there. Everybody knows what's happening.
Adam, who plays Wen, is funny.
He'll just be in a scene, and all of a sudden he'll just have like this just great improvisation where he'll just go off and kind of do his own little thing and just mess around.
The facial expressions that you're not seeing when you're doing my point of view, so that he's doing, throwing me off and trying to just, you know, shock me, and he accomplished quite a bit of shock and awe.
I love Ashley Henshaw. I love her. She's just like that. How she is on set, she's just like that in person. She's an awesome person. That's why I think our characters work so well, and I think it's so cute.
Adam Savani, you don't get to be my special moment because I have beef with Adam Savani all the time. We always hang out like we're brothers and sisters all the time. It's like, Miley, why are you so weird? I'll go sit on his lap and embarrass him and give him hugs.
But he's the best dancer you will ever meet in your life, hands down.
Get it. Demi Moore is just awesome.
She'll work all day, and then she'll come back and she'll see that we're all kind of just hanging out together, and she'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna take you guys all out to dinner. And she's just one of the sweetest people I've ever met.
It's a little intimidating at first, to be honest.
Just being around her was just like, wow, you know, that's like inspirational to see her working, and it inspires me, you know, even when I'm not talking to her, I kind of sit back and look at her, and it's just like, you know, it's awesome. We're filming the Paris montage right now, where we're going through Paris and we're doing all like the montages.
This is actually the last 2 days of our filming, so it's kind of sad. None of us knew each other before filming, and we all met each other and really bonded and had a really fun time.
In the film industry, you make a family, you know, in the whole crew, and you all get on so well, and you become close-knit, and you live in each other's pockets for, you know, months on end, and then you kind of get ripped apart again. So it's kind of a painful industry in that sense to work with. But I know that we're all going to stay friends, and I've made some really good friends.
It's only right that we wrap it here because the first one was shot here. Our director is from France, and it's great. The cast has been tremendous. Everyone is friends. Everyone knows each other. It's been a perfect movie.
I just want to say thank you to Demi because she's the main reason I got involved. You know, this movie was just kind of an indie film that was kind of being talked about, and then Demi was like, this is something that I want to do with Miley. I want to be a part of her life, and without her, I wouldn't be on the set. Without her, I wouldn't be who I am sitting here. I wouldn't know a lot about myself. I got to meet a lot of great people, and so I just want to thank Demi for taking that first step, really taking the initiative and saying, let's really put this together. Let's make this movie. I've always had a really good relationship with my mom.
The bond between a mother and child, it's as corny as it sounds, it's an inexplicable, incredible, your heart no longer lives in your body anymore.
Having a bond is something you earn. It's not something that you can just have. The foundation that you create from when they're young is really selfishly out of a desire to want them to choose to be around you when they're older.
I'm really close with my mom, very, very close, but that doesn't mean that we don't, like, you know, love each other, but we fight like crazy.
I was talking to a lot of parents who had teenagers, and they were like, what did I do wrong? I thought I was a great parent, and suddenly I discover she hates me.
Sometimes things get, you know, said that, you know, you don't mean, it's just out of anger, and I think it's really important for daughters to know that moms will say things just like we say things. You know, just because your mom doesn't mean you're perfect.
It captures that raw emotion when nobody understands you and everything's either really fantastic and really exciting or really dramatic and really horrible.
Lola and Anne are kind of having parallel lives. They're both looking for love in their life. They're both being disappointed by love in their life, and they're learning a great deal about men and themselves with men in their lives.
What I wanted to do in this movie is the parallel between being a teenager and being a freshly divorced woman, where obviously everything is going to be the first time again.
As somebody who's been divorced, say, for a year, she hasn't yet found her way back with romance.
You know, you get to see the hurt on both ends, and moms get to watch and go, okay, I get what my daughter feels, and the daughter can see what the mom feels.
That's what the movie's about. It's this first time in people's life, whether you're 40 or 17, when you have to get back to love, it's kind of scary.
I love the idea of these generations passing love between them and also passing wisdom between them.
And I love that this movie shows such an evolution. It shows what Lola is, you know, at 16 and what Lola will probably become, which is a lot like her mother. And then you see the grandmother, you go, oh, that's probably what she'll be like when she's a grandma. You know, you get to see the 3 generations, which I think are amazing when I'm with my mom and my grandma, and that's what Lola has. And I think we definitely share a lot of similarities in that.
There was a scene in which Lola storms out of the house. She just had a fight with Anne. And when the fight is over, I see how upset Anne is, and she's my daughter, and I take her into my arms. And she says,
I was never that bad, was I?
well, sometimes you were.
The relationship between Anne and Lola is like a mother-daughter relationship in the teen years. One moment they're in love, one moment they're fighting, then they're making up, then they're fighting again, they're wearing each other's clothes.
Lola is looking for wisdom from her mom, Anne, and Anne is looking for wisdom from her mom, too.
I have chemistry between Demi and Miley that is absolutely out of control. They're like mother and daughter.
Demi is so sweet. I mean, she's just, you know, it's interesting. She's maternal toward me.
Miley is just, I love this kid so much. First of all, she's not a kid, but she's a kid. And she's so gifted. People love her for a good reason. She brings love to people. People really love her.
I think when moms go to see this movie, they're going to see all the struggles they have with their daughters.
I think your job as a parent is to help your children be good decision makers. If they're good decision makers, they have a foundation of trust and they know that they have a place to fall back on, then there isn't anything that they can't handle.
So the whole idea that this just continues through every generation and we live through it, even though sometimes it doesn't feel like we will.
I wanted to do a movie to tell the mothers not to be guilty and to tell the teenagers and the daughters in particular, we know who you are. We've been through that.
There's something very organic about Lisa, and I think that's what drew me to the French film in the first place, the French version of LOL, is that it's so organic and it seems so real and nothing is forced.
Actually, I sat down and I watched it with my parents, and I didn't really know what to expect, and I really loved it. And then I found out that Lisa was directing, and since it's the same director, I knew I had to get this role. I was definitely fighting for it.
I would say the strongest impression was the level of honesty. It's a very interesting experience because you don't want to paint a picture that's already been painted. What's unique to this is the people.
The only reason why I did the remake is I wanted Demi Moore to do the remake. Like I said, if I do the remake, it's Demi Moore. Otherwise, I'm not interested.
The great kind of balance that we have with each other is we're both very detail-oriented, but she's less of a perfectionist than I am, and so we kind of find it helps to balance each other out.
Lisa's a really good director because she really cares about you and the character.
Lisa relies so heavily on the actors and the cast communicating what's true.
And what I do is I improvise all the time.
She wants the characters to all be very organic and to really work within the story. You know, she'll say, well, how would you like to say it? Or what do you think would be better? So that's a very freeing and liberating way to work.
The movie has a bit of an autobiographical quality for her. So watching her go through the journey, and she's always looking for the truth of the emotion for both the teenagers and for the adults.
Lisa was really great about kind of collaborating with me and really developing the character of Ashley a lot more than you see in the French film, because I wanted people here to understand why Ashley acts the way that she acts. Oh, don't be jealous.
Don't worry.
I never do.
I've never had a director who is just so open and free.
When you have people that kind of give you that boost, when you feel like you walk away a better person, that's what you really want to ask for people you work with. So every day I get to see her is a great moment.
This is great to work with a director who is truly our friend. I'm hanging out with her on my days off. I'm hanging out with her on set.
Can't work if it feels work. I like to work if it feels like family, extended family thing.
I think it's good when you can have another woman in your life besides your mom that you can go to and talk to as well. You know, no expectations, no anything, and you can just say whatever. And that's what Demi and Lisa are for me.
If I do movies, it's just to tell stories to a larger scale than just the family. But to me, I mean, when I love people, they are instantly my family.
She's just a light that uplifts everybody every day.
And then she wants, you know, everyone to be happy and everything to be very real and honest.
I think, you know, I'm here to promote joy, and then after I'll die. So all I have to do from my birth to my death is to increase a little bit, you know, the level of joy. That's why I'm doing this job.